Good. You want today is Thursday, June 5th, 2025. Your day for Friday the 6th. All right, let's go. Well, as far as official setups, I do like this Curie in here. Make sure you wait for an entry. It is a volatile stock. It's going pretty much straight up. HV about 118. Nice kind of TKO, kind of a textbook type of TKO. So make sure you wait for a trigger, and I'll show you that in just one second. Okay move in TFPM today, off its best levels, but an okay move. We're just going to leave the stop where it is and let it go ahead and widen out. So if it starts moving higher on a closing basis, obviously we'll start to stitch that stop up just again. We'll take a look at that in just one second. Here's that Curie I was talking about. You can see it's had a pretty good run. And then nice knockout move today. Of course, again, make sure you wait for an entry on that one. And that's why I like these textbook TKOs. Sometimes they just keep on imploding and no capital gets put in harm's way when they turn right back up. Sometimes, though, a lot of people get caught off guard. People get knocked out as per you would imagine with a pattern name trend knockout, and the shorts get attracted in too. And sometimes you can have a nice little rally out of it. But as far as fish setups, let's stick with that. There's a few of these that are catching my eye in here. This one's super volatile, so be super careful if you decide to go after something else. But for now, let's just stick with the CURI as kind of a textbook type of pullback. Let's take a look at the portfolio real quick. TFPM, as I just said, banging out some new highs, but off its best levels, but still at new highs nonetheless, so we'll take it. We'll start, again, to cinch that stop up as it closes higher and higher. And I hate to use the word hope, but let's hope that it does. KGS, I do that every day. KGC, is that it? Yeah, KGC, opening gap reversal there. It kind of ended in Flatsville. It's just off these all-time highs. I'd like to see it just get there and not look back for a while. Do keep an eye out for the IPT just in case it should break out to new highs and spike up there. So you might want to, one thing you could do in a case like that is you can put a limit order in place if you're not around the screens. And I recommend you don't be. The other thing I like to do is I'm going to make sure I put some limit orders in here. Where's our IPT? 16 and change. Yeah, 1650. I'm not going to put a limit order in, but I'm going to put some alerts in right around the 16 just to let me know that I might need to take some action. And I might use a limit order after that. Just have to wait and see what happens. I manage a lot of things with alerts. Let's take a look at the overall market and drill down a bit. Outside day down. As I've been saying quite a bit, when you're at high levels and at a bit of an inflection point, recent resistance and not so recent resistance, a down day looks kind of ugly and an up day looks pretty good because you're plowing through the resistance, right? Otherwise, if it's a down day like that, a big, ugly down day, then you're losing steam. But this is not too ugly, down about 0.5%. I wouldn't get too excited one way or another. That's just enough to kind of shake everybody out a little bit. NASDAQ Composite, same sort of action happening there too. You do hate to see them stall at this overhead supply, though, so we'll have to see how that shakes out. Obviously, Russell 2000, Flatsville there, I guess up a smidge if you squint your eyes. Continue to stall shy of these recent little peaks. So I'd like to see that guy obviously break out too. Not a tremendous amount new to report. A lot of areas like robotics still below all this overhead supply. Cyber computing had been taken off in here, and then it's paused yesterday. It's up a little bit today. It's almost to brand new highs. I like to see a more decisive breakout before getting too excited there. Bitcoin's coming back in a little bit. It looks okay. It's set up in cash, or the spot market, whatever they call that, as a Landry-like pullback. Gold stocks, opening gap reversal there to end flat on the day. Gold, the commodity, same sort of action happening there too. A little choppier than the underlying stocks. But I wouldn't get too excited one way or the other just yet. The Fed's kind of Flatsville. So far, so good there in a pullback. Again, we should see some setups. Continuing themes abound. For instance, Mags is underneath, you guessed it, a mound of overhead supply. And it got whacked pretty hard in here. Not the end of the world, but like I just said, a big down day when you're at an inflection point starts looking ugly. And obviously another big down day there would look pretty darn ugly too. NASDAQ. Semiconductors pushing into that overhead supply, unfortunately coming back in by the end of the day. I sure like to see a break past that and not look back for a while. It's just human nature. Whoever bought in range is likely looking to get out at break even. And as I often preach, I'm a man on the street kind of guy, and I listen to what the guys are saying in the gym, and a lot of guys are like, oh, as soon as it gets back to its old highs, I'm getting out, when indices and stuff like that. So human nature never changes. Silver caught a bid today, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe we'll see some silver stocks setting up soon, along with the other metals such as gold and possibly platinum too. Platinum continues to do well. Let's see if I can find the ETF. There it is. I knew I put it in here. You can see BAM winning, breaking out with a little bit of vigor. So all these other rare earths and other precious metals beginning to take off. So that's starting to get a little interesting. We'll have to see how that shakes out. Uranium kind of hanging in there too. But uranium does have a lot of old trading and bad memories to deal with. So we'll have to see how that again shakes out. And that's what trend following is. I know I said that 6 times tonight. Trend following is a lot of waiting and seeing. Anyway, I think that's it for tonight. Everybody have a fantastic night. We'll talk tomorrow. Thank you so much.